again. Don't y'all start. All right, the RX-7's gone. Some of you know, my pops died a few months ago, and it put me in a bad space. That was the first car I got after when I got back to Arizona. It's the first thing I did. I thought I'd be in a space to appreciate it, to like it and all that stuff, but turned out it didn't. Sold it to one of my best friends out here in Arizona, and he understands the culture way more than I do. He understands. This guy's so crazy. I'll send him any picture of any wheel, and he'll tell you what it is. So shout out to Charles. He also put me on crypto, so shout out to him. But yeah. Got a Pontiac G8, y'all. Y'all check this out. All right, here's the Pontiac G8, y'all. Pretty good condition. Got it for 12 grand. You can see the crack in the bumper right there. I went ahead and took the intake off. I'm sorry, I really wanted to see what this looked like on here, so it's just a quick little test fit. Fits real well, especially when you keep in mind there's a gap right there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it fits real well. This intake, of course, I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I am going to snap to the bumper being off, and then from there, you're gonna see me tear everything down, all right? So the bumper and the intake, that's the easy stuff. Get that out the way first. So let me show you guys the interior. Well, first, it came with some Camaro SS wheels. I grabbed some CTSVs. I will be doing Brembos as well. Y'all know that's one of my first things I do. To go fast, you have to slow down fast as well. So, I replaced the emblems as well. Real nice car. Has the GXP bumper already. Plenty of space. Real nice interior. I have zero complaints. I love the car. I actually, one of my buddies, Nate, shout out to Nate, he had this car for a while, so that's the only reason I never got one, because I ain't want to fight his style too much. But fuck it, here we are. I installed Petter's coilovers, and the only reason I didn't film that is because there's a shit ton of videos on it already. But yeah, real clean car, guys. All right, here we go, guys. I was actually replacing some bulbs inside, and one exploded in my hand, so I got a big cut on there. So don't. Let's get this off of there. All right, you don't have to wait. I told you when I'm recording, no talking. All right, y'all. I also have this cam. I'm not even gonna use this. I'll be selling this. It's the ECS cam. I believe it is 230, 236 with 115 LSA, 600 lift. But yeah. All right, some things, just observations. This entire car, the guy I bought it from lived on a dirt road. So when I tell you there is dirt everywhere, there's even dirt in the trunk and the inside of the liner, like where the battery is. I don't know if you can see. I thought the headers were rusted, and they're not. They're just caked with so much dirt that sat there and burned on. I mean, look. Oh shit, still got this leak. But dirt everywhere, man. So I have a lot of cleaning to do. So the only thing that may pose an issue is the oh, I already see the fix already, is the heater lines. I may just trim them here and plug them straight into the wall, so it'll just rest on this side. So all right, yeah, I'll just do that. The rest of it should be straightforward, man. I shouldn't have to touch the AC system at all. I should just separate this and then pull everything else out. I have plenty of space. And when I pull the cam out, I have to tilt this up a little bit forward. But otherwise, I think this is gonna be a straightforward thing. I'll be at the mercy of the mailman. As long as parts get here in a timely manner, I should be done by Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And shout out to Lance, he just overnighted. It's a big old heat exchanger, a tall one, like a mini radiator. Gonna sit right in here. That's on its way, should be here tomorrow. I need to pick up some AN fittings, 12 AN, because the heat exchanger is 12 AN, and these are 12 AN as well. And I forgot to say, I got these new, just the lid, is I think $2,800, and that's not including tax and shipping. These new are $200 because before they're just barb fittings. These are AN from LSX Concepts. So I got this for $2,400 locally, so I could not pass on it, especially when Z01 lids are going for $1,200 right now because they're on back order. CTSV lids are shooting up, and this just looks good, you know. And I don't see too many G8s with this lid, so you know, should be special. I was gonna paint the blower black and everything, black everything out, but it looks good with the contrast because the lid looks so good, so I'm gonna leave it that way. And I am going with an LS9 cam. This is too rowdy. I don't want to take the converter out because if I pull this engine out, I'll probably put a stroker or something in there. I know myself. I'm trying to stop myself going crazy, so I'm just gonna toss this on. This will be a fun daily, and then I'll probably get another 300ZX because I want to get into road coursing. I'm done building cars for the street racing and car meets, you know what I'm saying? I want to have a nice daily. My wife has her own car, and then I have my fun car, you know what I'm saying? So really and truly, the only reason I don't keep more of my builds is because of space. I like to have one car at a time because the Arizona sun is so harsh, I don't want it sitting outside, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, not much space at all. So, but that's enough talking. Let me get this stuff off and I'll come back. I'm gonna get this bumper off and we'll be right back with some tools. All right, so I got a little ahead of myself. I forgot I was supposed to be recording. But if anything, it was just tedious. It wasn't hard. I didn't look up any how-tos. And maybe I should have, but I had an inkling that the bumper was off before, and it was. So I've heard it's pretty hard to take these bumpers off, or tedious, but it was just 2 bolts on each side, a bunch of like wood screws on the bottom. Fuck you to the last owner. And what else? Just 2 bolts on top and 2 little push clips on top. So not too tedious. I decided to take this off and just push it off to the side because how heavy the blower is. I didn't have to lean into anything. I mean, you know, when you get more leverage with your foot here, it goes right on. Plus taking the heads off and such, you know what I'm saying? I will be taking these lines out, the water pump. I'll definitely have to take this off. I'll probably zip tie it somewhere. We have to take the crank off, the radiator off. I'm gonna leave the condenser. I'm gonna zip tie that up so it'll be out the way. not out the way, but you know, in the area it is now, so I don't have to crack and open the AC. But I will be cleaning it. It's filthy. It's nasty. The radiator, I believe he replaced his radiator recently, because I know these filler necks like to crack. I was gonna buy an aftermarket radiator. I may still. I don't know if I need it. It's a pretty big radiator. Unlike those imports, I always swap. But yeah, 160 degree thermostat, and I'm gonna lower the fan settings when they come on, so cooling shouldn't be an issue. My only issue is the heat exchanger that's coming is about this thick and about this tall, and it's gonna be right there. And then I still have to put the power steering cooler. I have to put that somewhere, and then I have to put the transmission cooler somewhere. So I don't foresee myself having issues, but you know, trial and error. I never had an automatic transmission before, so we'll see how that goes with all those coolers being in front of the radiator. We'll see how well the engine does. But I decided to sell the cam. It's a Rowdy cam. I'm just gonna sell it and get an LS9 cam, because I don't want, like I said earlier, I don't have to redo the converter, because if I pull that engine out, it's just gonna cascade. I know myself. I just wanted this as a nice daily, something the whole family could drive and ride and enjoy. I could take it to a meet if I wanted to. I can give somebody the sauce on the highway, you know, if I wanted to. So it hits all areas for me. Now, where should I start? I guess I'll just pull the fans real quick, and that'll give me more space to take the lower radiator off. So let's get started with that. Now, I'm a pretty big dude, I'm a pretty tough dude, but like I said, a piece of a bulb went in my hand, blood everywhere. It doesn't really hurt. It's just in a weird space where I have to use it, and you know, my hand's pretty tender right now. So you know, y'all never see me wearing gloves. I'm not really a glove person. My hands are all destroyed anyway. But let's get this fan out. You know, I've been through all these cars, man, and I can honestly say this is my favorite by a long shot. I guess it's different when the whole family can fit in the car as well, you know. But I'll tell you this, man, for a fact. Rolling, like, I just turned 30. My birthday was August 1st, so happy birthday to me. But rolling around the ground, you know, at age 30, I'm 30 now. It's overrated, man. You know, we live in an Air Force base. I can't wait to get a house, man, and have a decent sized garage, and you know, get a jack, one of those hydraulic, you know, jack the whole car at once, or one of those shop jack joints. Maybe I can open up a business out my garage or something, because on my Instagram, man, y'all always want me to swap something. I'm like, I don't have the space, the time, you know. Not so much the, I guess I can always back this out, but you know, at least not right now. But yeah. Oh, and when I bought the car, this whole shit was missing. You know, he just been riding around with the AC fan on, and that thing would scream loud. As soon as I put this in, just dead quiet. Everything's dead quiet. So, so much space here, man. So it looks like about a 10. I call this an organized mess, man. How are we gonna do this? Let me grab this. I'll be right back. Let me take that off. So you guys might have the proper tools, but what I do, I just use the channel locks. One of my favorite tools. Do it like that. Y'all see my flathead, man? Here we go. There we go. I do not want to crack this AC shit open. Trans lines. Forgot about that, guys. Let me go back down. 1 second. Lift this up. It's kind of sketch. Put a flathead in there. Man, it's dark in here, man. I'm sorry, guys. And just pull this clip out. Super easy. And it just hit my foot, I think. You don't want to lose those clips, so. Did I get it out? All right. I might make a little mess here, but oh well. There's one trend line. There's the other. I'm surprised there's no leak, but I guess the fluid went back to the pan. Majority of it, at least. This is why you wear shoes in the garage. Oh, man. I don't know what all this is, but I'll relume this, man. Sometimes I hate working behind people. They do shit like this. Like, why you can't make it look clean, man? I'm just gonna leave these like that. I'll probably wrap them in plastic and zip tie them so that nothing gets in there. And then I'll start taking off the accessories. So give me 1 second. All right, with that wrapped up, I already know what's about to happen, y'all. I ain't even gonna fight it. I'm gonna just let it happen. All right, what are those 10s? probably do that. It's a 15, if my memory serves me correct. Yo, I got tools in that box in there. They're all scattered, man. I'll replace this. Put our old shit in the trash. That's why I told y'all, man, I ain't gonna fight it. Just let that spill out. Flat head. It's a 6.0. You know, worst case, you guys can tear your shit apart and it'd be a 5.3. That's the worst shit. But all right, let me take this alternator out, and then I gotta take this off and zip tie it up somewhere. Gotta take this off, and a good buddy recommends I replace this. So I have 140 on the clock, so I might as well definitely replace this. I'm thinking about replacing the alternator, but it's easy enough to get to if it's just the bed. It charges correctly. And the power steering stuff is fine. I don't have a leak or anything, so that's good. So let me go clean up real quick, and then I'll be right back. All right, like I said, gotta remove this, zip tie it up. And usually I would not be working up here with stuff like this, but the heads are coming off, so I don't care. If anything falls in there, it's gonna come right back out. So what's that, a 13? show y'all a little trick if y'all didn't know about leverage. There you go. I don't know how well y'all can see this, if at all.
Charging.
Okay. I think I have enough room. I can probably just leave this here because I can get to that head bolt and the head will come off. So I'm gonna just leave that there. And next, I'm gonna have to loosen the alternator, if not completely remove it. So again, power steering's loose. It's just 2 bolts here, a bolt here, and this last bolt I left in, but it's loose. So I can still access that head bolt and it's free from the head. Now, I'm gonna have to remove this so I can access these bolts on the bottom and near the pan, and then remove this bracket. The alternator is still being held on in the back, but if I remove this bracket, I should be able to reach the bolts to the timing cover that are near the bottom. So now this last one in the back I'm gonna loosen as well. Now again, you can always stack wrenches in case you knew, or maybe you didn't know, for more leverage. So it's easier to take something off, you know what I'm saying? Look at that, broke that. Easy peasy. Now you see the alternator coming free. All right, the alternator is free. You can access the bolts now. So it's a whole new day. What I did was I loosened grounds in the back. There's one in the back. I loosened the O2 sensor on that side just to get this some slack so it'll sit in the middle. Because I don't feel I need to, take this whole thing off. So what happened when the heads come off, I can just push this to the side, change the valley cover, put it back in the middle, do my thing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not disconnecting the ECU and all this and all yada yada. So what I can do now, you know, you can pop this valve cover off. And what I did is I took all the bolts out of the long tubes. I'm gonna have to do the same on this side, jack the car up, unbolt the long tubes at the, what is it, the X pipe? I don't know, I haven't been on this car yet, so, but the last owner was generous enough to put some, I think, OBX headers on here. So, a couple of things changed since I last recorded. I went to, you know, find the proper bolt for this and realized it's loose. So it's a good thing I stopped driving this and started this build, because look, this is finger loose, man. This is crazy. This is the first time this is coming off. Hopefully it's not broken. It's probably just loose. Yeah, it's just loose. It's insane, man. And it's filthy, so I need to push this out and hose it down. But I got a couple goodies. I did have this I was gonna use, which would fit nicely right here. And this end would come down. Oh, shit. Well, sorry about that. This end just perfectly sits here, which would come down to a pump or just to the heat exchanger, however I route it. And this end, I can just turn out this way and come out this way back into the. So this is still, I may still use this. I am not sure yet, because there's plenty of liquid between the brick. That brick is massive, plenty of fluid in there. And then that's the heat exchanger. It's huge. So shout out to Lance. It's a beast, it's massive. And Lance, if you're somehow watching, my only gripe is, oh guys, it came in this box, right? No packaging, nothing. I overnighted it. It came just like this. Now, it doesn't look like there's any damage. I'll fill it up later, make sure there's no leaks. But I mean, this is not the way you want to send something. Unless I'm wrong, guys. You guys let me know. But I also got an ice tank for the trunk with a Rule 2000. What's it called? A bilge pump, bilge, whatever you call it. But 2,000 gallons per hour should be more than enough. And I got a couple lines and bulkhead fittings and yada yada. Shout out to Jeremy. He hooked me up with a bunch of stuff. Last minute, I realized this water pump would do me no good for two reasons. One, this isn't a GM. This is some kind of Chinese bullshit. I would never, I wouldn't use this. It's not worth it. You spring a leak randomly somewhere one day. Two, it does not have the provisions, the screws, because I will be running the supercharger on its own belt, 8 rib setup, and you need this for the tensioner on the kit I'm using. So you notice it doesn't have those 3 bolts. So shout out to Jeremy. And I'm willing to bet he has a 160 thermostat in there, so I'll pop that off and check later. What else did I do? Sorry guys, I know y'all waiting for me to tear that motor apart. I also got a splitter put on, and you can see bumper cracked, which is notorious on these G8s from what I've seen, but it went on pretty easily. Just 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty dark. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, man, got a lot of parts in. And this 5-inch intake, 5-inch RPM intake with MAF, should fit. If not, I'm gonna have to hack it up, because I will be using that. Paid $300 for that. So shout out to Jeremy again. He hooked me up with a lot of shit. But let us continue. All right. Now, what I used to do was just use my little torque wrench and just pop these right off. All right, tighty, left loose. Okay. But what I found out is you would strip easily, and it was just a pain. So I just break them loose, and then I use my impact on them. So let me go ahead and break these loose, and then we go from there. So again, I'm sorry to keep jumping, but it really is easy to get this stuff off. You don't even have to take this off. If you don't want to take this off, you don't have to. My thing was I have to put the heat exchanger on it, and then it's filthy. So I wanted to get in here and be able to clean things out. And then, you know, I have to rewire this. Not wire, but relume it. I don't like that. So let me get this stuff off. I'll be right back, and I'll show you guys what to do next. Buzz these shits right off. Uh-oh. These are 8mm, by the way. And again, I don't know, for those who skip forward or something, still with me. Again, this guy lived on a dirt road. So this thing's filthy, man. And yeah, I know I need better tools. All this money I be putting into these cars, and I'm still using basic tools. I know I'm cheap. Y'all may not think it, but I'm a cheap bastard, man. For like the first 2 or 3 swaps. When did I first get my impact? I think with the 300ZX I got an impact. You know? So I went through all that shit with a $99 Duralast tool set, and whatever tools I needed on top, I bought them, you know, separate. So literally a $99 Duralast toolkit got me through a shit ton of swaps. Yep, there goes my 8mm. And yeah, just stuck. Jesus. Oh, my 8mm gone. I'll find it later. You know, for not having a catch can, you know, and I would highly doubt this thing had regular oil changes. It doesn't look too bad for 140,000 miles, honestly, all things considered. All right, so next time I'm gonna have to do, which I'll probably do in the morning. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't have that much light. I'll probably just wait till the morning. Is this side's really good. This side, pull the spark plug wires, loosen all the bolts, remove them, and then get under the car and pull the long tubes out. And after that, it's just a 15 mil and a 10 mil, and you remove all the bolts. It's 10 bolts, 15 mil, 5 bolts, 10 mil. So, be right back, guys. All right, finally, I went ahead and got everything off on here. Got the spark plug boots out. Got the jack, and this is a jack point subframe, so you can safely do that. I put a chalk in the back of the back wheel, yanked the e-brake, everything is ready to go up. Now, the dipstick plug is a 15 mil bolt. You gotta take that off too. All the long tube bolts, exhaust bolts, whatever, it's 13 mil. Now, when you're taking it off and it's hard, do the double wrench method, all right? Put this back there and crack it off. Don't try using your hand. You don't have enough leverage. You may get it, but your hand may slip off and you may cut your hand up or something. You know what I'm saying? Ask me how I know. Let me get this off real quick. And another good tip, when you take a bolt off, just put it back where you took it off. I haven't done a good job of that, obviously, but it's weird. When it comes to this, I kind of know what bolt goes where. I guess through experience, I don't know, for the most part. But if you can, just put the bolt back where it goes so you know exactly what goes where, like I did for the dipstick bolt and the grounds and stuff like that. All right. All right, this side's loose as well. Now, make sure everything's clear off of here, and you can go ahead and jack it up. And I got the whole gang in here. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, I got my 2 jack stands up, got the chalk in the back. This is loose. Just give the car a good shake. All right, make sure it's sturdy. You don't want to be under there doing this and it falls on you, all right? So, and what I like to do, I leave the jack right there where it's supposed to be. Just in case something falls and boom. Just an extra bit of precaution. All right, so long tubes are loose. Oh, shit. That's enough clearance. I'm just gonna let that hang right there. Garbage. And this should also be enough clearance. Yeah, it looks about right. Next, you want to just grab your 15 mil and a 10 mil, and then you're just going to need to crack every single bolt loose, and then you should be able to fit an impact on a torque wrench on and buzz them right off. So let me grab that, be right back. All right, so you got your 10 mil. You can just pop these loose real quick. All right, got your 10 mil. Go ahead and pop these loose. Filthy, man. Same with these. Remember, lefty loosey. You just loosen them. All right. Once you loosen them, they come right out. Easy peasy, all right? Now, the 15 mil, you have 10 of them on each side. And the 10 mil, you have 5 on each side. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this side out, and when I get ready to lift it off, I'll be back. Easy peasy. Shout out to GM, man, making this shit easy. That's I may have to remove the actual head, but alas, we're free. Now, you're gonna leak coolant everywhere if you don't drain it like I did. All right. Now, I got lucky. These are 0821 heads. I see a lot of G8s have 823 heads, which have the heavier valves, and the 5394 heads, I think, something like that. But these are the true LS3 heads with the lightweight valves. I got lucky. So I got to clean these up. Just a quick clean. I'm not gonna make them sparkling and switch the valve string. So that'll be the last thing I do on this episode. Change the valve springs, and then after that, you know, the next episode, I begin pulling the crank, cam, and everything, and rebuilding it back. All right. So you guys have one more head to do. Get that off, and then I'll catch you on the next episode. This weekend is going to be a very, very busy weekend. I got everything here. Let me turn this off. Now, I always preach to only use ATI balancers and swaps, because in the swaps you usually have solid mounts on the engine, and that means all the vibrations going to the cabin. ATI eliminates like 80% of the vibrations, and that's from experience on multiple vehicles. Now, don't get the Dorman bullshit. You can get a GM balancer and you will be fine. I do not plan on turning this into a race car. I went with the LS9 cam. I do have an ECS cam somewhere that I'm gonna sell, but I decided I didn't want to mess with converters and change the characteristics of it because it's an auto. I'm gonna keep it a daily, a fast daily that I can still gap people with. So LS9 cam, new valley cover, because the DOD cover you cannot use. You have to plug the valley ports, and you see they have O-rings here to plug those. LS9 gaskets, of course. LSA or C6 water pump. It has provisions. You see the G8 one does not have the bolt provisions for the idler. I got to do the fuel stuff as well, guys. So a lot of content coming. Trays, everything. I have everything. Spring kit. I got a lot of stuff, man. New everything, y'all. So, yep. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I missed you guys. I'm glad you guys are still watching my videos and everything, and still tuned in with me. I will definitely be back. I probably will drop another video sometime in the next 2 or 3 days, because this is gonna be rapid fire. Today, I am probably gonna pull the other head, change the springs, pull the old cam and lifters and all that stuff out, and go from there, all right? So, yeah. Shit looks good, man. All right, so we're back. If you have a magnet pen, it makes it so much easier, all right? You just stick the magnet in there, and they come right out, right there, all right? So you set that down. I have new locks, so I'm not too concerned, but some kits you reuse your locks. I haven't really experienced a kit where I reuse them, I think. But regardless, now you can just flip this. It's hard because I'm looking at the camera screen. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing in real time, but turn to the side and boom, it's free. All right. There's the old valve seal. Gotta get that out of there. Now this next part is subject to controversy. All right. These are the valve seals, the new ones. I got a 1/2 inch socket. All right, now you see how that fits in there almost perfectly, right? Just get it started on there. All right. Now, once you get that started, go ahead and take your socket and just tap it down until it bottoms out. I don't really know how to explain the feeling. You will feel it bottom out. There'll be no doubt about it. All right, I've done this on every set of heads I've had, dating back to the LS1, the Genesis back in 2016. I've never had a problem, and most will tell you the same. There is an actual tool you can use to do this. You can spend the money if you want. You know, if you're on my channel, you know I'm cheap, but I'm not cheap. I just don't like spending money when I don't have to, because I've done this a million times. I know it works, I know it doesn't. So use your own, you know, judgment. Get the proper tool if you want. If you don't want to risk it, go ahead. But tap it down. My GoPro's dead. It's charging right now. So I just have my cell phone. I wish I could record this for you. Or maybe once I get down to here, it'd have enough juice where I can record it. But this is what you do. I mean, I've never had an issue. Some of you guys can probably comment and say you've done the same, but you know, more than one way to skin a cat. So let's get that knocked out. All right, now you can see it is bottomed out, and you can see my methods may be janky, but there is no damage at all. Let me try to get this thing to focus. There is no damage whatsoever. All right, and it's bottomed out. You can feel the difference when you tap it, when it's bottomed. All right. Now let me get this spring off, all right, and show you guys comparison to show you it's bottomed. Right. There's a lip. You can see where it'll bottom. All right. You see that lip in there, guys? It's right there. So it may not look like it's bottomed, but it is bottomed. All right, so if y'all notice, I'm still gonna show you guys the comparison, but if y'all notice, the locks aren't coming out, right? I've been turning on this thing for a while. Now on the bottom side, you see it coming out, right? That ain't gonna do you no good. What I usually do is you just wad up a set of napkins. You make sure it's there, right? And you close it. Obviously, don't miss next time, but just a set of napkins, paper, foil, whatever. All right. And you make sure you see it's lifted up. That's what you want. Now with that under there, just give it a little pressure and it will pop right up, all right? Now that's if you're using these rudimentary like caveman tools, right? Some of you guys are better than me. You guys are gonna spend money unnecessarily. This gets the job done. It just makes me sit inside for a while, you know. So, all right. Y'all see how that's bottomed out? This is the OEM. I haven't touched it. Same way as the new stuff, all right? It's the same deal. You'll know when it's bottomed out, like I said. Now, whenever you're changing your springs, you want to go ahead and change your valve seals, because you could be burning up oil, and you know your exhaust is blue now because you're burning so much oil. But there's another reason. Dual springs will not fit over OEM valves, right? So if y'all want to take a shortcut and be like, I wasn't burning any oils, yada yada, cool. If you're replacing it with stock springs, cool. But you need the aftermarket valve seals when you have dual spring kits. Just a comparison between the two springs. All right, these are the OEM ones. Oh, they're gone now. And these are the aftermarket ones. These are Summits kit. These are good. These are 600 lift. I think 615 is the max. But these are good for LS9 cam if you want duals with the helper spring in it in case you break a valve. All right, you don't drop. Your valve's not going to kiss the piston. And if it does, it's going to be very minimal compared to completely breaking and your valve getting wedged in your piston or something insane, right? So one thing on that, this is just my advice. If you're using an LS9 cam or something with low lift, get some PAC 1218s, or if you're using duals, get some 600 lift. Don't get the 660s or something with insane seat pressure on it, because all you're doing is putting drag on your engine, and you're putting unnecessary strain on your valve train, and it's just gonna wear out faster, all right? So that's my opinion. All right, let's move on. All right, you can see the comparison between the two. Oh, this is trash with one hand, but y'all bear with me. 1 second. All right, so make sure I got my little, you see the napkin? I got my napkin, just a balled up napkin. All right. Like I said, these are caveman tools, but they work, and they work well. All right, found my locks, my new ones. You just need 2 of them. Just drop them right in place. All right. You see that? Most of you watching, some of you already done this. Some of y'all already have better tools, but if you just have to buy a tool, go ahead and just buy the proper one, I guess, to save time. But if you're like me, you can make your own shit. You could buy some cheap shit. It all is gonna work. It's all the same difference. It's just some are faster than others, all right? So I'm gonna end this video here, guys. Thanks for watching. If you made it through the whole video. The next episode should drop in a couple days, and you know, I'm gonna clean these heads up a little bit, finish the rest, and what I'll film is using a razor to clean up the deck, cleaning up the pistons, installing the gasket, the heads. Obviously, first I need to pull the crank pulley and take the old cam out, put the new cam, lifters, yada yada. So we're gonna go through this entire car. I have the fuel system to do. All right, I have to put the car back together. I have to install the heat exchanger, all that stuff. So until next time, guys. So you notice in that video, there are no seats for the springs, no locators. But they were supposed to be in my kit. I got double the amount of retainers in my kit. And this was brought to my attention by Nate, you bastard. Shout out to you. Summit was kind enough to partially refund me. So shout out to them. But I did have a set of locators. So I did go back, take those 2 off, put them on, and the rest of them have them. So I didn't feel like redoing everything and all that. So keep that in mind, guys. Hopefully y'all didn't skip this part of the video and think that's okay. Because while I'm sure there are some kits out there, like some people probably buy pack 12, 18s or whatever, throw those on without them. I'm sure it won't hurt anything, but why take the risk of the spring eating into the aluminum or the spring moving around and just stressing them out or whatever craziness. I'm not an engineer. I don't really see how it would do much damage, but there's that possibility. So please, if you don't have any locators, I have some that kind of loosely fit. I don't know how tight they're supposed to be against the spring in the middle, the little helper spring on the dual springs, but keep that in mind, all right? Take that for what take that for, I don't know. Do what you want with that information. I just had to put that out there.